Oh, a cell phone. I wonder who is it. Better I take it and return to his owner before someone steals it.
Hey, what are you doing? That cell phone isn't yours. Where did you get it from?
Oh, I found it lying on the floor.
I don't believe you. You must have grabbed it and stealing it. Better return it before I call the police.
No, I don't. I swear, just...
You can't even buy one, don't you? By the way, your dress, I can tell you are capable of stealing a cell phone.
No, I swear. I have other intentions. I'm going to return it.
I don't believe you. I'm sure the first thing you are going to do is exchange it for some food. You don't even know how much that phone is worth, right? Give it to me.
What the hell are you both doing? Let him go and leave that cell phone on the table.
God, the teacher is here. I found this rat trying to take a cell phone that is not his.
That's not true, teacher. I was going to return it. I found lying on the floor. I will never steal something that's not mine.
Cornelio, it is not good to steal. What lucky that I arrived before you could take it. I'll have you writing 100 times, I won't steal.
Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, mister. We were in the middle of something.
Oh, sorry. I'll be quick. By any chance, someone has seen my cell phone? I remember that I passed by before I lost it. I think I dropped it.
Yes, here we have your cell phone. We found this student trying to steal it. But he said he had found it, and his classmate saw it red-handed. This student lacks values and moral responsibility.
He's a thief. Surely his family also steals.
What did you say? Guerrero is my son. How dare you speak that way of him and also of his family? And you will see, he was only trying to return my cell phone. But he won't steal the cell phone from his own mother. Before judging someone by their appearance, give them the opportunity to speak and be able to have the benefit of the doubt. Let's go to my office. This cannot end like this. There will be a punishment for both.
We screwed it up, dude.
The question of the day is, what do you think about the trailers that have come out of the Obi-Wan series? Okay, I will answer this question. In my opinion, I think that Disney and Lucasfilm are doing a great job with the series and with the trailers for them, since they are trailers that only show small interesting parts about the series. Also, they themselves do not show in a way very brief history of the series. In the case of the Obi-Wan series, I like the trailers a lot since they show us many references to the saga through the characters, through the script, and with the music that is heard inside that trailer. Despite already knowing how the character's story ends, since the end of the most his story is mentioned on another occasion. The series will show us the character's perspective after what happened in one of the films of the saga. I'm very excited for the launch of the series with what the trailer shows us. I think it will be a very entertaining series to watch. Also, during the series, you can make your own thoughts of the story. Will you have changed if such events had occurred, such as an example, if Obi-Wan didn't do what Yoda told him, he wouldn't have found Luke. I have a lot of hope of the series since it's one of my favorite sagas, plus Disney is doing a great job with the series, with the Star Wars series. An example is Mandalorian, Boba Fett. It's a series very cool, and this is my opinion of the trailer of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Greetings and welcome to Interviews with Jake. We have a very special guest on the show today. It's a very important musician and composer who today has sold more than 3 million records. Hi. Please sit down. Thank you. How have you been throughout your artistic career?
Good. Thanks for inviting me to your program. I like everything. They are ups and downs, but we're here and are trying to make you want and getting ahead as always.
I already saw that your name is being very popular in different parts of the world. But tell me, how you have achieved that being at the top?
Well, it hasn't been easy, but thanks to the support of all my family, friends, etc., this has been possible. In fact, I have a tour around the world where several more artists will be invited.
Tell me, who are those guests be?
I can't reveal those details yet, but I can tell you that they are great icons of music, with whom I'm delighted to be able to work.
I understand. And which countries of course you will visit on the tour are you most interested in knowing?
It was actually a country. They are so great to me.
Something we all want to know is what motivates you when writing a song. What does the lyrics of your songs mean?
Well, there is nothing in particular that motivates me. Rather, before I go to sleep, different verses of a song come to me and I start to write them. And the next day I check them and if I like them, I try to add them to a song. And yes, I just delete them until there is something left that I like.
I hope you don't mean, is there any girl you are currently interested in? I know that despite what one would think, you haven't gone public with any relation yet.
Good question. We'll see if there is someone with whom I'm with something, but for the moment I can say since it is not something official yet, but keep an eye on my social networks there. You will find out anything.
With that great answer, we finished the interview. It was a pleasure to interview you.
Thanks for inviting me.
That was all for today's show. See you next.
Hello everyone! Today we are going to test the famous sponge that cleans everything, the Magic Sponge.
This sponge promises to clean every single surface to perfection.
It also cleans those stains on the shoes. Let's put it to the test. The first, we must moisten this sponge with a little water.
This time, we will try to clean the sole of these shoes.
Even though I had doubts, but the Magic Sponge made it. Bye!
Motivational speech snippets that you should hear. This is Water from David Foster Wallace. But most days, if you are aware enough to give yourself a choice, you can choose to look differently at this fat, dead-eyed, over-made-up lady who just screamed at her kid in the checkout line. Maybe she's not usually like this. Maybe she's been up 3 straight nights, holding the hand of a husband he's dying of bone cancer. Or maybe this very lady is a low-wage clerk at the motor vehicle department, who just yesterday helped your spouse resolve a horrific, infuriating red tape problem through some small act of bureaucratic kindness. Of course, none of this is likely, but it's also not impossible. It just depends what you want to consider. If you're automatically sure that you know what reality is, and you are operating on your default setting, then you, like me, probably won't consider possibilities that aren't annoying and miserable. But if you really learn how to pay attention, then you will know there are other options. It will actually be within your power to experience a crowded, hot, slow consumer hell type situation as not only meaningful, but sacred. On fire with the same force that made the stars, love, fellowship, the mystical oneness of all things deep down. Not that that mystical stuff is necessarily true. The only thing that's capital T true is that you get to decide how you're gonna try to see it. This, I submit, is the freedom of a real education, of learning how to be well adjusted. You get to consciously decide what has meaning and what doesn't. You get to decide what to worship. It's not easy, but it is worth it. From Fearless Motivation. It's easy to have faith everything is going to work out. When everything is working out, it's much harder to have faith when you're facing challenges in your life. But that's exactly when you need to apply your faith. Because faith is believing in the unseen. Faith is taking the first step. Faith is jumping in the deep end and knowing everything will be okay. It is easy to be positive when everything is working out. It is much harder, much harder, when nothing is working out. But that's when we needed it the most. Everything worth the price is worth the fight. Everything worth the price will require a real fight to achieve that price. If you want the prize, you can quit at half-time. You can quit mid-season. You must play the whole game, pre-season, through the cold, through the darkness, through the challenges, the opponents. You will be knocked down, but you must get up. Keep fighting. Dig deep and discover your true strength. Then you will win the real prize. Character, expansion, you're rising to the next level. The fringe benefits of failure and the importance of imagination from J.K. Rowling. What I feared most for myself at your age was not poverty, but failure. At your age, in spite of a distinct lack of motivation at university, where I had spent far too long in the coffee bar writing stories, and far too little time at lectures, I had a knack for passing examinations, and that for years had been the measure of success in my life and that of my peers. I am not dull enough to suppose that because you are young, gifted, and well educated, you have never known hardship or heartbreak. Talent and intelligence never inoculated anyone against the caprice of the fates, and I do not for a moment suppose that everyone here has enjoyed an existence of unruffled privilege and contentment. However, the fact that you are graduating from Harvard suggests that you are not very well acquainted with failure. You might be driven by a fear of failure quite as much as a desire for success. Indeed, your conception of failure might not be too far from the average person's idea of success. So high have you already flown. Ultimately, we all have to decide for ourselves what constitutes failure, but the world is quite eager to give you a set of criteria if you let it. So I think it fair to say that by any conventional measure, a mere 7 years after my graduation day, I have failed on an epic scale. An exceptionally short-lived marriage had imploded, and I was jobless,
a lone parent, as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain, without being homeless. The fears that my parents had had for me and that I had had for myself had both come to pass, and by every usual standard, I was the biggest failure I knew. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Are you the person in charge of reading the cards?
Yes, tell us who to approach and get ready to sell your future.
Thank you. I recommend me a lot of work. I am very nervous.
So, you're welcome for me so good. I am telling you on and about to reveal the future.
I hope it is like that. I am ready for what has to happen. We start by reading a good time.
According they say.
Thank you.
I love you, house. A care noble and celestial spirit to help. He is a fortunate as well as reveal you and future. Are you ready?
I am ready to recite the universe.
Let's start the phrase and letter is the two of the I suppose. What is now but names is clear you so tonight be clear. Take you are not interested in a relationship. For the moment the next letter is the two overscore and this can be fell into words on. It is very possible and that someone will consider close to you and after. You are going to face brave daughter with and someone is and someone white. Complicate conflict the next thing. If the two agree what is referring at the end for what you will be the winner and you will celebrate with and if you can something will help you understand 19 including that conflict would involving stop afraid and you life unless now that you express Nestrobelai is for last which indicates what is almost impossible for summing the facts you and discussion. Text later is to double. Title is that the universe will offer you a great opportunity and take her money and your school can hope to take advantage of the moment. This last letter is for you and Don's white taste is on the money will finish with firm and settle. However you told the phone alignment of two and always is challenged in your routines that which you must concentrate more some of your routines and habits after when you will lose every you and think is the future that's worth you.
Thank you very much. I am really surprised and you have successful and girls successful do things about how. Thank you for opening my way. Now I am safer to continue with my plans. Thank you, and the universe.
Ignoring not very colorful and it wish you the best and of lucky.
Hello,
Hello.
welcome to a new vlog.
Today we will accompany you to a day of classes at the South High School.
Come with us and let's see what we can find. This is our classroom, where we take classes every day. It has two blackboards and there is enough space for everyone in the group. So each student has their own seat.
How you can observe these are the soccer and basketball fields. In there we can practice in our free time. If I were you, I wouldn't on during classes.
If you study here, you should follow some rules.
An important fact to note is that here they have a regulation that must be strictly followed. If you do not comply, you can from falling a subject to being expelled from school. As we have already seen, this institution with everything necessary to carry out the school or recreation activities, so in our opinion, it is a great school.
If you need a good place to study, you can come whenever you want. These are the laboratories, where we carry out experiments for the physics, biology, or chemistry laboratory, and they have what is necessary to carry them out. Y around here is the cafeteria, located inside the school. This is where we usually come to eat or to have a nice time.
There is a wide variety of food and snacks at an affordable price. Pizza, cake, salads, soft drinks, sweets, etc. In our facility, there is a library where we can go every time we require information. There is a wide variety of books on any subject. It is usually a quiet place where we can study or do our homework.
Bye! Greetings and welcome. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a friend, son, brother, nephew, grandson, or even you, who is a big fan of superheroes? Who loves all of them? Who likes movies, comics, series, cartoons, and video games? Or even not necessarily a fan of superheroes, but someone who enjoys a good fighting game as well as looking for a good story mode in it. Then this product is for you. I present to you Injustice 2, a video game that combines one of the best stories of DC Comics, a unique fighting style, and much more. Even if it seems too good to be true. But what else can you tell us about this game? They will let you, well, let me tell you that this game has a rating of 9/10 on sites like IGN, GameSpot, and Game Informer. Not only that, this game is local multiplayer and also online multiplayer. Isn't it the best to play with your friends wherever and whenever you want? Is it? Despite all that has been said, there is still more to say. This copy that I have here is the Legendary Edition, which includes all the characters and all the skins. It's great, isn't it? If I were you, I'd be desperate to buy it. How I want everyone to enjoy this wonderful game. I will make you an offer that you will not be able to resist. If you call 555-794-6578 within the next 20 minutes, you will receive a 30% and shipping is on us. Best of all is the large number of characters that this game has. Also because it's the Legendary Edition, it has another 8 more characters from some well-known movies, video games and comics. In addition, this video game is compatible with 4K, ideal for high quality screens. Wait, there is more. I have just been informed that a copy of FIFA 19 is also included, the best video game about soccer that exists. It includes all the teams of the most important soccer leagues, such as the Spanish League, the MLS League, AFC. If I were you, I'd be wondering what more I could ask for. So don't expect anything more time and call before the time runs out. Remember that you will have 2 copies of the video games Injustice 2 and FIFA 19. Call now before they run out. Moreover, to show you how good Injustice 2 is, I will briefly show you a fight between Batman and Cyborg. This fight takes place in story mode, which is really great. Something very interesting is that there are 2 different endings, one good and one bad. That means I can play it 2 times to see both endings, isn't it? Yes, is it. Call now before we run out of copies.
Hello, my name is Samuel.
My name is Betsy, and we will give you a tour of the Prepa Sur.
EOS is coordination where they are also school services.
Any school service will fill help with paperwork, some and cards, and props of students also ensure high academic programs. You can come here to receive help and information.
In that same building, going up the stairs on the left side, the psychology service where you can make an appointment if you need it.
Here we can find the nutrition and nursing area. These are full free service with the school and it's something really good. For example, if you recommend a green place as permission to go and give, you read to sell if everything.
This is room M. Many conferences are held here due to its capacity, and creative writing workshop is also held. It is located in front of the library. Goodbye.
I'm tired of watching TikTok.
What were you doing?
Nothing, miss. I was...
You're a liar. Hand me that phone.
Okay, fine.